We are live. What is going on, y'all? What's going on? Shout out to the Soul Tribe. Man, the Shorts Feed Soul Tribe. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe. Let me go ahead and bring up StreamYard. StreamYard's over here. Good. Alright. Gotta have a high-powered PC to be able to do all this stuff. Everybody can't copy everything I do. Alright, and we're live. What's going on, tribe? Look, got the Shorts feeds up and going. Appreciate everybody that's been watching the videos. I appreciate the ones that showed up in the last live stream. I don't know what was going on there at the end with the light going out, but you know I got a bunch of witches and stuff watching, so I'll be pissing them off. You know what I mean? Triggering the demons in them, which is what I'm supposed to do. Salute to the wolves. Anyway, man, I got one here from Cosmic Verse where, you know, he's talking about these leftover women are losing their minds as they're hitting the wall and men are walking away. You guys go ahead and subscribe, join the tribe, make sure you hit the like button. You guys share the live stream and drop a comment during the live stream. It's all about the Soul Tribe and, you know, for the replay, gang on gang. Salute, y'all drop a comment. Timestamp it. Let's go.
I am seriously struggling to date in this generation.
The harsh reality is hitting modern women where it hurts. Why wait so long for a man anyway?
Use all men in your life.
I am done. Finished finito with American men.
China, women over 30, if you're not married, there's a word for us. Leftover women.
Women lie to other women and themselves, but biology reminds them otherwise.
I think in China it's actually 27. You know, the Americanized version that I'm pushing is not as strict as the Chinese. You know what I'm saying? They don't even like their women to be kind of thick. You know, but the Americanized leftovers, hey, listen, we're close enough to it.
Too late. Kindly subscribe to the channel, as it is our sole form of support. Thank you.
If you are dating a girl who is 25 or even frankly 24, you better appreciate and worship her because she is spending her last Leonardo DiCaprio year dating you.
Many women over 50 start to feel invisible. Do you suppose the ones that don't feel invisible are on TikTok?
I am done. Finished finito with American men. No, because tell me why that men here can't plan for shit. Even when they ask you out, they still expect you to plan your own date. Yet I have not one, not two, 3 men that I met in France who are texting and calling me, who are making plans 3 months in advance for when I come to visit. It's really not that hard. I might be on the hunt for a green card this summer.
I used to plan dates.
Why don't you do it and shut up? What are you talking about?
But after getting rejected in the worst way possible every time, I just stopped caring. I think it's because if they plan it and it's not the spot you want to go, then you will start complaining. I mean, think about it. You both are strangers and have no idea about what the other likes. Women just expect men to pick a spot, and when they don't like it, they say, "I've had the worst date ever." It's better to communicate that overall and preferences. And what this woman is doing is wrong also. She's got a roster and dating multiple guys at the same time. I don't think you have the right to complain about anything, madam. Not while you're using dudes for free meals.
But that there's a point in time when society stops thinking that you're attractive or deeming you attractive, and therefore, like, you lose all of the worth and the value that and the privilege that came with being attractive.
Excuse me while I go on a rant for a second. There's this trend I'm seeing where 50 to 60, 70-year-old women are saying that they feel invisible. And I just want to say, I see you. I see you, and you are fucking beautiful. You are the embodiment of the life-giving, divine, feminine energy on this planet.
See, here we go.
And not a damn thing can diminish that shine. This is not the mess.
Hey, listen, you know, from now on, for the most part, we need to go ahead and equate divine feminine with women that are trying to replace God. I think that'd be called like the Antichrist, but we definitely need to go ahead and replace divine feminine with it. Every time you hear someone talking about divine feminine, it's a bunch of, you're worth everything, but you have no man to validate it. And here's the thing. If y'all think that each other is so fine, date each other. Stop talking about us and date each other and shut the hell up. What are you doing? What are you doing? You know, it's just shaming language. You know we don't care, right?
Message we want to send to the youth, that there's this wall that you hit, and on the other side of that wall, you're invisible or you're not seen as attractive. Who came up with the standard of attractiveness anyway? Was it men? Have you seen men lately? The part of our species that put in 10% of the effort?
Yeah, here we go. See, young ladies, don't listen to this post-wall mammy. You know, this mammy over here trying to tell you that men aren't supposed to come up with standards for us? Then who's supposed to come up with the standards for us? Someone else? Oh, I beg your pardon, this leftover? It's getting out of control.
And get 1,000% in return? And is that standard of attractiveness is because they want to have sex with you? Really? That's the bottom line?
No,
ladies,
Grandma.
we need to stop. Our attractiveness,
Somebody change your diapers.
our worth does not come from whether or not somebody wants to have sex with us. We haven't cultivated all this strength and intelligence and energy for that. Let's normalize making vibration the standard of attractiveness. Exuding joy, freedom, enthusiasm, fun. Cultivating that vibration, showering it all over ourselves.
Youthfulness, vibrance, you know, tight skin. I'm sorry, but you just don't qualify anymore. Can you just fade away into just being one of the elders and let the young ladies do what they do and stop competing with them? It's pathetic.
And exuding it out into the world. Attractiveness is a vibration. Do not buy into the paradigm that it is just the flesh.
Well, no one came up with that standard.
Flesh, baby.
It's simply biology and reality. Men are naturally wired to be attracted to younger women.
No, you have to be, he's right, I mean no to him. I'm saying like, you have to be attractive, and attractiveness is not a vibration. You have to be physically appealing. You know, it's just that we're humans. You know, it is what it is. So you can have a vibrant type of energy, but it has to be inside of a attractive shell. Physically attractive. And you can't be withering away. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Because youth is often associated with fertility, beauty, and vitality. It's not a criticism, it's just how things are. But many women struggle with And
I'm not talking about all women that are aging, because there's plenty of women out there that don't deny their age and they're okay with it and they move accordingly and they look good for their age. But the ones denying it, taking on this divine feminine energy, taking on the role of God, man, it's getting bad.
accepting this reality because it challenges the narrative they've been fed about aging gracefully or being able to have it all, no matter what stage of life they're in. As much as they might not want to hear it, women do hit that wall around their 50s or 60s, where they no longer receive the same kind of attention from men as they did in their youth. Society might tell them they can still compete with younger women, but deep down, they know that's not true. They're only left coping with this harsh reality by convincing themselves that men should change their preferences rather than accepting that it's simply human nature.
So I believe the reason why most women believe they are not average, because we have now created the ability to where average women can turn into top-notch women. Let me explain.
What's going on, fam?
Between makeup, wigs, hair extensions, filters, body enhancements, any unattractive woman can turn herself into an attractive woman, whether permanent or temporarily. We have the ability to change our look. And because we have the ability to change our look, we think that we are more attractive than we actually are, when really your attraction is mainly based on how you look naturally, right? Because eventually that person's going to have to see what you look like without all of those things on. And regardless of what you put on externally, it's going to come through your kids' DNA.
What they're doing is creating a false identity and presenting that identity to the world. Mainly the reason.
And see, that's why dudes, you know, we're looked at different, because we don't put on makeup and stuff. We don't really go for filters. And, you know, the proof is in the pudding. You know what I mean? I got a handsome son. You know, I make great looking babies. You know, it's not like post-surgery or any of the crap that y'all do to make yourselves look good. I woke up like this. Most guys, we woke up like this. I'm just being real.
The reason these women are doing that is because they're insecure about how they really look. So they try and find temporary solutions for temporary happiness. And because they have all of these enhancements, they also believe that they're the prize and bash average men. It's actually quite sad that they can't even go outside to get something without having to draw on their faces.
I am a 50-year-old woman who is child-free by choice. And I want to talk to the younger women and let them know what I regret about my decision to not have children. And, you know, this might be difficult for some of you to hear, but I want to be honest. So here are my regrets about not having children. None. There's none. It's fucking fantastic. It was a great decision for me.
Here's something men need to understand about women over 50. We don't care about you. We don't need you. We don't want you. In fact, we really don't want you.
I get witch vibes.
We're happy on our own. We're thriving. We're living our best lives despite what you may think or say.
Why are you telling us?
We don't have to prove anything to anyone. In fact, leave us alone. Please, block me. I wouldn't care if no men ever commented on my page again for the rest of my life. It doesn't mean we don't love our partners, our brothers, our sons, our cousins, our uncles. But men in general, we don't care. I see men all the time making videos. We love women. I love women. Women are the best. Women don't feel the same. In fact, we feel the opposite. Stay away from us. We don't like you. We don't want you.
This is what they turn
into,
go have a great
brothers.
Day. Look at her face expressions. Instead of her words, it seems like
the life is gone from that woman. This is what they turn into, brothers. This is what they turn into. If they're not married, I'm telling you. See, when women have kids in wedlock, they always are like, or, you know, have kids sometimes in general, they have this life about them because kids, you know, they keep you lively. When you don't have any kids, you just shrivel away, man. You shrivel away. Shit.
Like she's crying and dying inside. Man, she is trying hard to convince herself of that. Every time she says we, she means I. And she also leaves out, am miserable. I'm 50, and she definitely doesn't speak for me. Sounds like she's more bitter than content. I'd happily comply with and avoid. No need to ask twice. I mean, just look at this woman. Look how happy she is. Happy enough to get on the camera to let men know that she's living her best life, as if any man had asked her. Happy people don't usually come on the camera to explain how they're thriving and how happy they are. They just live their lives in peace. This woman is probably deeply hurting on the inside, but trying to hide the pain with those fake smiles. And because of her experiences, she's turned bitter and angry at all men.
I am sick and tired of all these Australian men still living with their parents. Like, is this a common thing, or is this just a me issue? Am I picking the wrong guys? Because, like, how am I supposed to be a stay-at-home wife when there is no home to stay at? That's what I'm saying.
Hi, my name's Eve. I'm 35 years old. I'm 5'10", and I'm looking for a husband. Catch that. I'll pay $5,000 if you find me my husband. I went viral 2 months ago about looking for a husband and being willing to pay $5,000 to the person who recommends, refers, finds him for me. So what's my criteria? I'm 5'10". I want him to be taller, and I'm not going to negotiate on that fact. I have a career. I want him to have one and be passionate about it. I don't care what the career is. I'm open to long distance. I'm open to age. I'm open to religion and ethnicity. I describe my perfect person in a nutshell. It's that charismatic, perfect wedding date who's going to both work the room without you, but come to check in, dance with you and your grandmother, grab a beer, but also engage in meaningful conversation on a variety of topics. Penchant for a British man or a Southern man. I don't speak any other languages though, so I'm gonna need him to speak English. I'm gonna need him to want children, love sports, and love animals. You can email me or DM me, but please don't email my work.
The way these women are asking where are all the good men at, we're going to have more and more women paying for husbands once they hit the wall. But 5,000 might be a little too small, especially if you want a high-value man in your life. And for a woman to be paying for a husband, she has got to be undesirable, meaning she's a red flag.
This is a question for the men out there. TM Rister writes, ask any man that's 50, would he rather be with a 30-year-old or the 55-year-old? 98% would say the 30-year-old. That's a fact. I'm very curious. It doesn't bother me either way, but I'd love to know. So men out there that are over 50, would you purposely choose or only want a woman, if you could choose any mate, would it be a woman 30 if you're at least 50 years old? What say you?
As you get older, your priorities change. When I was younger, I used to date to marry, like seriously, like not letting people waste my time just to marry. Now that I done got older, I have one simple thing I'm dating for, and that's the fuck.
Fellas, you ever hear women say, I am single by choice? It doesn't make any sense. Trust me, I know. By the end of this video, you'll know the truth behind women who say they're staying single by choice. So, the man she desires doesn't want her. She can't find men who earn enough for the lifestyle she wants while still having to work and pay significant bills. This woman is average at best, and the men she thinks she can get when she steps out with her BBL, lip injections, breast implants, excessively long lashes, Japanese cherry blossom body spray, everyday waist trainer, lace front, double chin, and French manicure only care to increase her body count. Be cautious of women who are self-improving. They will continue to bust it open. Once she's qualified for you, she'll have her preferred sex position, flowers, restaurants, deal breakers, and at least 10,000 followers. So, translation. I'm slutting till Mr. Right comes. See you on the next one.
To put it simply, single by choice equals I can't get the man I want, and the man I want does not want me. It's called ego masking, masking the reality that they may not be attracting the type of men they desire anymore. They lean into that idea of being single by choice because it brings them comfort in their lies. This narrative allows them to avoid facing the fact that the dating market has shifted, and those high-value men they once had access to may no longer be interested. By saying it's a choice, they're protecting their egos from the sting of rejection and loss of desirability. It becomes a way to avoid accountability and the need to self-reflect, all while holding on to the belief that they could still attract the man they want if they truly wanted to. But in reality, it's more about coping with the fact that their options have dwindled.
I think my issue with modern dating is that the idea of a man making a dating profile gives me the ick. Like, you picked up those photos? You wrote those prompts? Okay.
And yes, I'm single. Dating in Alaska when you're over 40 years old is really freaking hard. Because, I mean, trying to find somebody who brushes his tooth?
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
I mean, goodness.
The other day I was talking with a friend about how men in their like late 30s and even 40s will date a woman for like 1 to 2 months and then break up with them and tell them, well, I just wasn't ready for a relationship. And my friend was like, how are these men not ready for a relationship? They're single and in their 30s and 40s. And it dawned on me that these men are not ready for a partnership. As women are standing up and requesting more from men in relationships, what these men are actually saying is that I am ready for a relationship. I'm ready for a relationship with traditional values where a woman takes care of me. You weren't taking care of me. You want a partnership. I'm not willing to show up and meet you halfway. These men are ready for relationships. They're not ready for partnerships because they don't want to do the work to meet someone halfway, and they want a woman who's just going to cater to them like their moms.
That's incorrect. And frankly, madam, this is your fault. How are you dating someone?
Frankly, madam, we don't give a damn, okay? Because even if it was that he wanted whatever, that's his preference. So what? So what? Go ahead and get one of those guys in your DMs or something like that. Why are you worried about guys that are having... Listen, you can't control us. We've escaped. We're never going back. We're never going back. And your wordplay, your sorcery, your witchcraft, you know what I'm saying? Your wordsmithing, your shaming languages, your sign language, all that, RIP, Kevin Samuels, it's over. It's done. It's done. We can see right through it. You know what I'm saying? We got the divine eye. We can see right through it. You know what I mean? It's over. It's done.
One for that long and don't notice the signs earlier on. These women are able to spike that man's interest, but fail to keep the man. It has to do with them not being feminine, and they're just overly masculine women. These women will say one thing, but then they're acting.
Okay, but if you think you can stomach another woman wearing your robe and your slippers, running your household and being good to your man in all the ways you know she can, you keep on treating him like trash like you're doing. It can happen. I love you. Be well.
The brutal truth about dating leftover women. Majority of women 35 and older appears to have matching tendencies that lead to irreconcilable differences. Smart men like Leonardo DiCaprio seems to understand this quite well. So, women who manage to hit 35 and never marry are leftover women. You've deviated every essence of femininity. When a man tells this woman, don't do that, she says, I do what I want. You're not my father. When a man says, stop, you will hurt yourself, she says, I can handle myself. When a man says, no thanks, I don't date single moms, she asks, do you not want kids? When a man says, let's have kids, she says, I don't want to have kids. When a man says, I gotta give my baby mother some money for my kids' school clothes, she says, no, child support is enough. When a man marries this woman with kids, she says, we are a package deal, and persuades you to adopt them. When a man says, I want you to fit in my system, she says, I already have a system. When a man is a man, she is not compatible. And that is the brutal truth.
I'm tired of leftovers. They keep demanding a relationship, but I don't see any benefits for me. All of them are incredibly unpleasant. So right, if a woman isn't married by 26 to 29, she's spoiled. She's now entitled. She's not worth it, etc. She's toxic, and I should keep well away from her. I am older than 35. No kids, never married, not interested in men anymore. Happier than ever. We are happy, not leftover. Cheers to being a leftover woman. Cheers, meanwhile. I'm enjoying my life. The reality is, if a woman is 35 plus and still unmarried, she's most likely ran through. And it got to that point because these women were never dating with the intention of finding a man to settle down with. They only start seeking husbands whenever their lives gets tough. That's when they prioritize relationships. By that time, that woman is looking for a retirement plan, not a husband. She wants someone who she can leech off of. All these women commenting and getting angry are just proving his point.
Exactly.
Women who aren't leftovers are in marriages.
Hi, can someone please explain to me how Australian dating rules work? Because I don't get it. I do not understand. I feel like if you say one wrong thing, you're left on red, and then the amount of dates that have been organised and then the guy's just never texting me again has never happened anywhere else in the world. And every woman I speak to has the exact same horror stories about Australian men. Someone please elaborate.
I have a question for the men. What the fuck? That's all.
I am seriously struggling to date in this generation.
Work because I don't get it. I do not understand. I feel like if you say one wrong thing, you're left on red, and then the amount of...
All right. We're babbling on and on and on. Anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all. Another one, you know what I'm saying? Look, chopping it up, just putting out the content, letting y'all know where these women's heads are at. You know, they're getting mad because you're holding the line. Salute. Continue to do so. Don't give in. Winter is right around the corner, and they're already breaking down. They're going to turn on each other, and when they do, let them feast upon their scraps. We're going to sit back and just watch it happen. Love and light. You guys smash that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Join the tribe. Drop a comment. You know, you agree, disagree. Do you like leftovers? Or do you like yours fresh and hot? You know what I'm saying? Ready to go. Or do you like, you guys, you know what I'm saying? Y'all like microwave and stuff. I want to know what's up, man. And how old do you like your leftovers, man? Some of you nasty dudes, how old, you know what I mean? How long are you going to let them leftovers sitting there and then try them out? Let's talk about it in the comments. Love and light and brother them out.
In this game,